after having been dubbed as the go-to person for fixing projects which have gone wrong, or programs that have gone wrong, doing a lot of business recovery, I'd formed some fairly firm opinions on why our businesses go wrong, why our projects go wrong. And a lot of it's down to risk management and managing the detail. So this is how, more or less, how I got to where I am. So, little overview. What does risk mean? Well, if we look at the various standards, there are many definitions. Some of them are quite wordy. They go on for several paragraphs. They're not really that easy to remember, but this one is. The effect of uncertainty on objectives. Now, this is what a guy called Dr. David Hilson always used to use for risk management. I think it's now in the PRAM guide. Nice, succinct. And I think buried in this statement is the effect of uncertainty on objectives. So, as you remember from the project definition, projects are unique and they have elements of uncertainty, unknown. You don't just go and do the work, there's stuff to sort out on the way through it. And when we're looking at the risks, the only risks we're interested in are those that are going to affect our objectives. In project management, that would be time, cost, quality, or time, cost, scope. So what we want to avoid is bringing in work still to be done. Well, that's on the plan, so we don't need that on the risk register. Stuff that's difficult. Well, we're employed to do difficult jobs, so the fact something's difficult isn't a risk. If there are unknowns that make it more difficult, then those are the risks that we need to manage. So, that's my basic definition. As I say, I think it comes out of the PRAM guide these days. So, with risk management, I think there's a few things we're trying to achieve. There's not that many things we're trying to achieve with the general practice of risk management. First thing is to manage the future. And that's where our risk register comes in with the risks and the responses. We do stuff to get rid of the risks, to manage the risks away or to minimise the risks so that we can deliver our projects to more or less what we think the time, cost and quality should be. We can deliver our programmes and deliver the benefits that we think we should be delivering. So this is very much about active risk management. We're also trying to predict the future. Our clients, our SROs, our project owners, programme owners, whoever, they want to know when are we going to deliver, how much is it going to cost to deliver, and they might want this milestone by milestone, they might just want the end date, it doesn't really matter. Excuse me. There's an element of predicting how this project is going to turn out or how this programme is going to turn out. I think those are the two daily elements of risk management that we need to concentrate on. There is a third one, and this is all to do with organisational maturity. Enhancing the maturity because we want the lessons, we want to build a knowledge repository, because I know the definition says that all projects are unique. Well, in the detail they are, but if you go and work for, a few years ago I did some work for Highways England. They build roads, they build bridges, they build tunnels. So their projects in the round are very similar. There's a lot they can learn from one project to take into another project. If you're building a bridge over a motorway, it really doesn't matter where it is. There are some basics that you need to know, and similar risks will come up. If we can build up the repository, we can populate the risks, or we can ask the right questions about the risks, and we can ask the right questions when we're building up the schedule and the scope and so on. So we can learn from previous work. So this is about the organisational maturity, and I don't know whether CMMI is still a thing these days, but CMMI used to have this 5-level organisational maturity, and 4 and 5 were about reuse and actively looking for process improvements. So, why do we want to do this? Why do we want to do risk management? Why do we care? Why don't we just cut all the planning out, cut all the risk management out, all the rest of it, and get on and make stuff? Because often that's what our customers think we should be doing. And I've been accused of project management faffing about for the very crime of trying to build a plan. So, why do we want to do this? Well, you're probably familiar with the cost of change. And the later in a project you leave your changes, the more they cost. At the beginning, it's a paperwork exercise. Few requirements, change them, yeah, okay. Build the requirements, build the design, make a change, you've got to change the design and then make the requirements change. Whatever your project is, if you're starting to make changes by the time you've built it and you're going through testing and acceptance, you make a change, there's an awful lot to be changed. All of that's expensive, both in time and money.